Yo, what's going on, legacy makers? I hope everybody's doing great. Thank you so much for logging in once again to another episode of Legacy Makers Podcast. This is a place where we help every man to discover that they're made for more, that they just need a little roadmap to continue to build their own legacy. Because at the end of the day, we're not going to live just to have our name on a tombstone. We want to continue to live so we are left a legacy behind us, a legacy that people are not going to remember just our name. They're going to remember how we made them feel, the impact that we made in their lives. So my goal and my desire is that through this podcast, you are empowered and the vision is open to understand that you are meant for more, that you were created with a purpose, with a plan, with an objective. And my desire is for you to continue to open that map, that map is revealed to you as to what are you here for besides doing the things that you're doing. So my goal, my desire is that through this podcast, you continue to grow, continue to develop as a man of God, as the man that God created you to be. And my desire is that you realize, I am meant for more. I just need a couple of nuggets to help me to shape myself and to be the very best version that I can be of myself. So thank you again for logging in once again to Legacy Makers Podcast. My name is Roger Salazar, and I am your host. Please, as always, share this podcast with someone. Remember, you don't have to go on the streets or to another country to preach the gospel. Sometimes all you need to do is think of somebody the Lord might reveal to you, share a scripture or something, and share this podcast. And let God do the rest. Let God begin to work in the things that He needs to work in their lives. So once again, thank you so much, guys, for logging in. I'm going to ask you a question, though, before we jump into today's episode. I'm going to ask you this question that actually Jesus asked to grown men who already have seen miracles. So you have experienced things in your life that man, only God could do certain things like this. So I'm going to ask you a question. Why do you doubt? Why do you doubt? What do you not believe? Not that you love God, not that you grew up in church, but the question is, why do you doubt? Because doubt doesn't mean that you don't have faith. Doubt means that your faith has been changed, right? Doubt is not that when you have doubt is the absence of faith. When you have doubt is that the faith that you once had changed. And for a lot of men that are listening today to this podcast, your doubt didn't come from rebellion. It came from actual pressure in your life. You believe in God until the diagnosis came. You trusted Him until the money ran out. You followed Him until the marriage got hard. And now you're asking a question that you never thought you would ask. So in this episode is for you, for men who still shows up, who still presents, who still wants to, who still desire to do the right thing, but in the silent, he wonders if God is still near, if God still cares about them, if God really, really listens to them. Now, doubt doesn't disqualify you. I just want you to understand that not because you have doubt and because there is right now a nudge in your heart. This is, that is actually me. Doubt does not disqualify you. In fact, Peter did not doubt from the boat, right? He didn't doubt. He doubted, disqualified. He doubted after he stepped out. He did not doubt to step on water. He doubted after he stepped and started walking on water. The only man who doubted was the only man that was walking on water. The other guys didn't have to doubt because they did not step out. So there was nothing to doubt about. Doubt is not the absence of faith, guys. Please hear me. Doubt is faith that is under pressure, under tension. When faith is being tested and it's been pushed and it's been stretched. Most men don't doubt because they're weak. They doubt because they've been carrying the weight for too long. They've been the ones carrying the weight on their shoulders. And here's the dangerous thing that we all believe. This is the dangerous lie that we develop a belief in. If I doubt, then God is going to be disappointed of me. If I doubt, God is going to be angry at me. If I doubt, then God is not going to be bring his good pleasure in my life. Jesus did not rebuke Peter for stepping out. He caught him. He looked at him with mercy, with compassion. God is not afraid of your questions. God is not afraid that you step out. He's inviting you into a deeper relationship with him. That's what he does. He wants to shape our faith. He wants to shape the areas in our lives that have become darkened and things in our lives that begin to develop this doubt. What you look at determines what you sink into. Peter was fine until he shifted his focus. See, faith caused him to step. Faith allowed him to walk on water. Faith allowed him to look at Jesus and Jesus only. But the moment his got shifted, his focus got shifted, then what happened is he looked at his circumstances. He looked at where he was stepping. He looked at the wind and the wave and the chaos. And that's what caused him to begin to doubt. What are you staring at today? What are you looking at today that seems impossible? What area in your life you're looking at there's no way out? Are you looking at a broken marriage that you think there is no reconciliation? Are you looking at a job that feels that there is no outlet? Are you looking at a career that feels like you made a mistake? Are you looking at your finances that they're not increasing and they're just decreasing? Are you looking at the market? Are you looking at the government? Are you looking in when that happened? What is that doing for you? Are you looking at your failure, your past mistakes, the culture, the news? What are you looking at? You don't drown because the storm is there. You drown because you stop fixing your eyes on Jesus, that one that can actually do something about your life, the one that can do something about your marriage, the one that can do something about our family, our finances, the one that can actually do something about it. Faith is not pretending that the storm is not real, because guys, it is real. The storm is there. The storm is not something that we are imagining. It is there. The waves are high. The chaos is present. So faith is not pretending that doesn't exist. Faith is choosing, what are you looking? Faith is choosing, do I look at my circumstances that they are real? Nobody can tell you that your account is diminishing because you see it, right? You see it. Now, I'm not saying to ignore that, but I'm saying, are you looking at Jesus for him to give you the answers and the peace and the vision of what to do in order for that? But are you so focused on that you begin to doubt the one that actually brought you to the place that you're in today? Because we got to remember, Peter sank, but he was not out of reach of God. Jesus didn't say, hey, do this, swing backwards or swing forward or bring your... No, he didn't. He didn't wait for Peter to get it all together. He didn't wait for Peter to begin to come up. He didn't wait for Peter to take the first step. He immediately, when he looked back at him, he immediately reached down. When he said, Jesus, save me, when he began to proclaim the name, when he put his eyes back on him, that's when Jesus stretched his hand down and lifted him up. He reached out immediately. It wasn't 2 minutes later. It wasn't a minute later. It was immediately. So guys, the moment that you feel like you're drowning, it usually is the moment that God is the closest to you. He desires to save you. He desires to step into. He desires to bring you out of that chaos that you find yourself in. God is not distant. God is present. God is not far away. He is near to you. Your doubt is not pushing him away. You know what is pushing him away? Your pride. Because you want to say, I'm going to do this on my own. I don't need you. I have to do this on my own. In reality, you doubt because you don't look back at him. And you begin to cry out to him. Begin to reach out to him. Begin to call on his name. And in that moment, he is going to reach down, guys. We all are going through something in our lives. You are going through something. I'm going through something. Whatever, you put a name tag on that. We're going through something. The faith doesn't mean that you're not. Faith means, are you looking up to the one that can do something about it? Jesus already know the answer when he asked, what do you doubt? He wasn't shaming Peter. He was shaping him. He wasn't saying, you dummy. No, he was saying, Think about it. Why did you doubt? All he wanted to say, for him to say, is because I quit looking at you. And I begin to look at my circumstances, my own strength, my own abilities, my own revelation of things. Man, God asks questions to expose what you're trusting. Are you trusting your strength? Are you trusting your plan? Are you trusting your resolutions for the year? Are you trusting your abilities? Are you trusting your control? Are you trusting your wisdom? What are you trusting? Because doubt often reveals that we misplace our confidence. God doesn't expose that to condemn you. He exposes all of that to free you up, to set you free, to realize you cannot do it on your own, to realize you need help. The men in the boat were saved. Nothing was happened to them. But you know what happened? They did not grow. Why? Because they did not step in faith into what seemed impossible, what it seemed to be so hard. They did not step out. They were safe, but they did not step into the unknown. Peter was terrified. But you know what? He was transformed in that moment. His focus got transformed. Comfort never is going to help you to build your legacy. If you're comfortable, if you feel like, since I'm doing the right thing, I should feel comfortable, that is not going to help build and shape your legacy. Faith that lasts is forged in moments when you don't feel strong. And I say that again, faith that is going to last is forged, is made in those moments when you don't feel strong, but you step anyway. Your kids do not need a perfect dad, a perfect father. And many of us feel that we fail as fathers. You know what they need? They need a faithful father, a faithful to his conviction, faithful to his beliefs. Your wife doesn't need certainty. She just needs a leadership. Your legacy is not built by you avoiding storms. It's built by trusting Jesus in the middle of the storm. When you look at when you are looking at him, even though the winds and the waves are blowing at you, when things are going crazy, you're still looking at him. Your eyes are on him. Hear what he wants to say. Understanding what he wants to speak to you in the middle of that. What are you doubting right now? Think about what areas are you doubting right this moment. Bring Jesus into the equation. Not tomorrow, right now. Not when you feel safe. Not when you are on the other side. Not when you're back on the boat. No. Right now, when doubt begins to feel you from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. When you don't know how to get out, when you don't know how is this going to work out, when you don't know how this impossible situation is going to be possible, right now, you need to bring Jesus in, because faith is not the absence of fear. God doesn't require you not to have fear. What he requires is for you to obey, even despite of the fear that you feel right now. Same hand that got Peter when he was drowning, the same hand is reaching down to you right now. Because the reality is this, guys, we are in the middle of a storm. Wherever you lie, whatever your situation is, whatever your thing you're going through, every single person is going through. Something I think about all the time is when I'm in a group of people in church or with in my office, I always think every single person is going through something. And if you don't believe, go ask them. Go ask them, hey, what's going on in your life? And I promise you, every single one of them is going through something. Either he's going through some health issues, either he's going through some shameful issue that they did. They're going through some financial, name it. Every person is dealing with something. So you need to understand you are not alone. You are in the middle of the storm. You are facing circumstances in your life that you didn't sign up for, that you didn't call for, that you didn't cause. Sometimes you might have caused, but you are in a situation that you never thought you find yourself in, and it feels wavy, and it feels dark, and it feels gloomy, and it feels awful. But in that, faith is formed, is strengthened when you look up to him and says, I don't know how to get out of this. I don't know how to fix my finances. I don't know how to do a better job than what I'm doing. I don't know what else to do to be able to bring more sales. I don't know what to do to bring my marriage into a more solid marriage. I feel like I'm losing my family. I don't know what to do. I feel the storms. I feel the waves are over my head. I feel like I'm drowning. And in that moment, if you look up to him and says, Jesus, save me, I guarantee you, with all sincerity, when you reach out to him and says, save me, he is going to save you, because he is not going to leave you nor forsake you. That's not in his nature. If you learn to wait upon him, he is going to give you the desires of your heart. He has a plan for you. He has a plan for me. He has a plan for your kids. He has a plan for your family, he has a plan to bring people to himself. So I recognize that he's the only one able to save you, able to rescue you, able to bring you up from the mighty clay. He is the one. And sometimes the answer may not come immediately. Sometimes you feel like I've been asking and nothing has been happening. And the reality is in the waiting, that's when faith becomes stronger, because you refuse to lose your belief. Think about that woman that was sick for 13 years. 13 years she had gone through medical after medical after medical after medical, trying to find an answer, cure to her body, to her sickness. Many of us would have lost our faith. Why? Because we've spent all of our money, gone through on doctor to doctor to doctor, and there is no answer. Talking about being in the middle of the storm, talking about being confused, talking about feeling doubts, talking about feeling ashamed. In the midst of that, Bible said that Jesus was walking with the crowd following him, and she began to crawl down, begin to crawl in the middle of this incredible scene of people pushing and shoving around Jesus. People may have stepped on her hand. People may have kicked her. People may have done a lot of things to her, but she did not move her eyes from Jesus, because she knew that if she could just touch the hem of his garment, so her eyes were focused on him. She didn't care about the crowd, the legs that had to go through, the feet that she had to go through, the people stepping and kicking her. All she knew is that if I can just get to the hem of his garment, her focus was directed. Her focus was laser on Jesus. And when she reached out, she touched the hem of his garment. And the Bible said that immediately, she was healed. Immediately. Why? Not because she didn't have doubts, not because there was no trouble around her, not because everything was going fine, but because her eyes were fixed on Jesus. And she knew in her heart, if I can just touch him, I know that I'll be healed. I know that I'll be whole. Where is your faith placed in right now? Is it in the government? If this party gets in, if this party happens, then things are going to be better. Is it in your finances? If I have this amount on my bank account, everything will be fine. Or is it in your job? If I have this different job? Is it in your spouse? You have a different spouse, or my spouse was like this, then things will be different. Of your kids, if my kids were like this, or they did this, things were different. If my health was this way, I will be different. Where is your faith? I want you to understand this. I want you to hear me, guys. Faith is strengthened in the midst of chaos, in the midst of the storm, in the midst of uncertainty. Faith is strengthened when you look on the one that can do something about it. You've tried it. You tried to change you. You're trying to do the right thing. You're like, I'm going to try this time. And you put your faith in your own ability. And you put your faith in your own strength. And look at what happened. You fell again and again and again. Why? Because your eyes are not fixed on him. They're fixed on your own abilities. And you're going to fail yourself again and again and again, guys. But he will never fail you. He's never going to leave you. He's never going to forsake you. So today, I want to say to all of you, would you just ask God to renew your faith? Will you look up to him, that the one who created all things, and by him all things are created, including you? Will you look up to him and said, give me the eyes to see? I don't want to look at my circumstances. I don't want to be focused on my circumstances, because these are going to change when they change. But I want you to change my eyes. I want my eyes to be fixed on you. You're the only one that can help me change. You're the only one that can help me be transformed. You're the only one that can help my finances. You're the only one. And if you don't, I'm still going to look at you because you have life, you have light, and you have love. And I want to be filled with light, filled with love, filled with life, and life more abundant. So, guys, go out there, whatever your situation is today. Today is the day that your faith grows, not because you make it grow, but because your eyes are fixed on Him. Please share this with somebody, guys. Let them know about this podcast. Let's stay connected. Let's stay engaged. Please put a comment in there. I love to see you comment. So please put a comment in there. Even if it's, man, this rocked me, or hey, my faith is gonna get stronger. Whatever it is, please put a comment in there and share it with somebody and let them know about this podcast. As always, thank you so much for watching. Be blessed, and we'll see you next week.